Hello viewers and welcome to more action on WRC 5 on the PC version here. I had a slight problem with my replay recording, so I just went with the full screen rally, but it looks pretty good. Apologies for the flicker, unfortunately there's not much we can do about that occasionally when filming the screen. But we're using the forward cam. It's just a shame you can't turn the wheel off, because the wheel is closer to you than the dashboard, and it just makes it look a little bit less authentic having the wheel there. But either way, I think this cam looks pretty good. You know, the rallies really vary in visual fidelity. This is a nice looking rally. It doesn't have all the people and detail you'd like to see in an event like this still. Still looks a little bit lonely, but again, it was enjoyable to play, certainly. But I did find that the feeling of speed on this particular rally just wasn't there for me, and I take it nice and slowly here, and occasionally I try to go a bit faster, and whenever I try to go faster, the car just sort of falls off the course, so you're sort of gingerly working your way around. And I was trying to go quicker there, put my foot down, but whatever. I saw the sign and thought, yeah, let's take it. So there's a few little mistakes in this one. I'm just trying to use all the track and get a bit more speed out, get a bit more body language in the car, and I completely missed the direction there, but that was okay. Narrowly avoided the tree. Overall, you know, this is quite a nice looking map. It just needed a little bit more activity in terms of sort of people there, but option to turn off the hands and the wheel would be good. A few people talking about the audio. The audio is tragically awful. I mean, it is really, really poor, and you know, something that lets it down. You know, the audio in a lot of rally games, a lot of racing games is, you know, we often talk about the Hoover, but it is very much an effect where when the power is on, the power is off, the audio is very poor in there. It certainly needs to do a lot of work in terms of that. You know, WRC is a big license, but I think the big problem, as I've said before, is that people want a game out every year, and it's just not possible to deliver, you know, the sort of world-class gaming that represents the sport in that short a time frame. And I think that the problem for these developers is they've done a cracking job with the time they've had, but I think it just shows when you look at it, you know, new audio, new replays, refined graphics, optimizing the graphics engine, crowd, you know, there's refinements across the board to make it more like a real rally. And I think that there's a lot of work to be done, but having said that, I think the developers have worked well with the time they've had, and it's moved forward a long way. But there are lots of improvements required for next year, and if they retain the license for next year, then it would be nice to see those improvements. Obviously, if you don't see that next year, then there really would be a problem. But either way, this rally stage was enjoyable to play. And if you've got a console, I haven't tried the wheel on the console yet. I will in due course. I'll ask Martin how he's been getting on. He'll be working on the review, testing it on his T300. So I go a little bit wide there. Just trying to get more speed. I'm trying to get a bit more body language in the car. Found that the only way for me was just to take it. Oh, do you know, I saw it just a second too late. I thought I can go straight across there. Oh, I can't. I didn't hear him say, you know, telling me not to cut at the time. So that would have been the end of my radiator. So it wouldn't be good for me. But no problem. My car is hard as nails. We're only doing this one section. I am intending to do a full rally, just to see how the car bears up, and obviously if I do that, then I'll run some practice runs, and in that way, just, well, I say run some practice runs, probably once through each stage. It's not going to be like knowing it, but certainly just getting a feel for dodgy areas, and then that way, you know, I can see how the car bears up in terms of longer runs. Some stages are longer than others, it really varies. This stage here, 4 minutes, but there you go. That's it for this little look at WRC 5. More to come, besides crew action as well, and there'll be more from me very soon.